Hey guys, Coach Ryan Johnson here again today. I'm going to be doing a video on a one platoon practice plan. Thanks to anybody that watched the last video about 12 questions to ask yourself when deciding on a defense. If you haven't checked it out, search below and you'll find it. So between posting on Twitter and Facebook, and as I mentioned, all these other great resources out there for coaches to check out, a question was asked about practice planning if you're a one platoon team. Obviously, there's some different ways that you can do it. You could split and do offense one day, defense another day. You could also do one day offense, one day defense, split day. Again, whatever works best, for your team, your players, to get in what you need to get done to be ready to play that week. This is something that, again, a one platoon team, just for, layman's terms, is a team where a majority of the players on that team are going both ways, with both offense, defense, and a lot of times even special teams as well. So how do you find time to balance getting the work you need on offense, the work you need on defense, and the work you need done on special teams? In my opinion, this is just a sample practice plan for a one platoon team. Where I'm at a school with just over 400, we have had team sizes roughly between 40 to 50 kids. We've also had it as low as 30 kids, from freshmen all the way to seniors. Yet we've still been able to make the playoffs 15 of the last 20 years. I think the biggest key is to try and find as many kids as possible that you don't have to play two ways. Sometimes when I look at it, I say, okay, is this player's backup at least 80% as good as that player? And can he do the things that we need to ask of him to get the job done to play that position? So for us, we get out of school about 3 o'clock. And I will say, with a one platoon team, I fully believe that you want to get as many 2-for-1 type of drills and situations that you can. Okay, so for us, we get out around 3 o'clock. We practice off-site from the school, not directly at the school. So we give them about 20 minutes to get their books up, get their pads, get out to practice, and be ready to go through any pre-practice stuff that they can prior to 3:20 to 3:30. We get in warmups. We do a dynamic warm-up, so we don't necessarily do static stretching. We do that for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to get into special teams, okay? And special teams, we're going to run every day, all right? We're going to run every day. This isn't just necessarily a daily, but this could be your weekly plan. But specials is something that, again, can make or break you on a team. All right, so specials for about 20 minutes a day. Normally, you're going to focus on a certain group, a 10-minute period. So, for instance, let's just say that first day you're going to work specials and you're going to work kickoff and kick return that day. Okay, so basically you run about 10 minutes kickoff, 10 minutes kick return. Obviously, you're getting a lot of reps. Your focus, you can get guys in there. Reps is really what it's all about to me when it comes to a one platoon football team and being successful. All right, so we're going to get sometimes some competition stuff in there based off some special teams drills and things that we're doing. Then we're going to take a break, and you'll see we have water added in here throughout. Obviously, if a kid needs water, have them get some water, guys, okay? But ultimately, we're going to push them hard, and you're going to see these periods. We're going to push them for 20 to 30 minutes, a good deal, and then we're going to give them a 5-minute break, kind of get that body back together. All right. Then we're going to go for about 20 minutes and we're going to work pursuit, tackling, and turnovers. All right. Yes, I'm a defensive guy, but again, pursuit, tackling, turnovers is something that I think you should be doing every day, regardless of how you structure your practice. So even if you decide to go one full day offense, one full day defense, I still suggest having this and this every day. Okay? Because a good defense has to pursue, has to tackle, and has to cause turnovers. So again, we're going to push them pretty hard for 20 minutes. Okay? We're looking for, max effort. Then we're going to, again, give them 5 minutes to rest. We want them to take that 5 minutes. All right? This is where it starts getting into the rest of your practice here. Okay? So up until this point, I think ultimately you're doing this every day, whether you're doing full team offense, full team defense, or a split kind of schedule. All right? Next, for 15 minutes, you're going to do an install focus. Okay? And that install focus is going to be based off of either offense or defense. And what I mean by focus on, throughout the rest of these drills, you're actually going to be working offense and defense, but what is the focus for the day? All right, and you'll see that as we get into it. So once you've decided, for our purposes, we're going to do a defensive focus day. All right, so we're going to go over and install whatever we're looking to do or accomplish for that day leading up to that week's game. Which brings us into 20 minutes of indie focus time. All right. The reason I say indie focus is, again, what was your install focus for the day? Offense or defense? Being that it's defense through this scenario, our indie focus for that 20 minutes time is going to be specifically on defensive individual work. Okay. Defensive linemen, working stance, get off, squeeze, all the fundamentals, okay, the indie fundamentals. Linebackers will be working, cornerbacks will be working. All right, and again, we're going to push them hard because we want to get reps. All right, reps, and then we're going to give them a 5-minute break. At that time, all right, even if you're a one platoon team, you'll see I have Varsity and JV, and you may be saying, well, coach, we only got one team, okay? All we have is the varsity team. Okay, well, that's fine, but even on your just varsity team, all right, you're going to have guys that you would consider, if you had a JV scheduled, that would be those JV type of guys. Again, as a one platoon team, your success is going to be as good as the development of the players on the bottom of your roster, okay? So for this first 15 minutes, we're going to do an inside run period with the varsity group, okay, or what we would consider the quote-unquote varsity group, which for offensive and defensive line, because the focus for the day is defense, those quote-unquote two-way starters that may be O-line and D-linemen, they're going to be on defense for that day, which in turn is giving your backups or your younger players practice time and work, okay? Basically, for 15 minutes, you're going to run an inside run while your, maybe less experienced guys that need to get some more work, are working on their coverage and the fundamentals of learning that coverage. Your freshmen especially, okay? If you're lucky enough, again, to have, 12 to 14 freshmen, which a lot of one platoon teams don't, okay, you can do basically a 7-on-7, right? But even if you don't, you can still create half line basically where you'll have a quarterback, a running back, and 2 slots, or a tight end and a slots, or 3 receivers, whatever it may be, working half line drills. All right, and then 15 minutes later, we're going to kind of flip that, right? So now we're going to run inside run with the quote-unquote JV guys. Basically, those same guys that were playing offensive line during this varsity period are now coming over to defensive line so that they can get the work that they needed to be prepared for that week. And then those guys, as far as coverage goes, now you're going to have your more experienced players, and you're probably going to bring your varsity quarterback, okay, or your number one quarterback over to this area here. This way, whoever you have running that backup, okay, can be getting some reps running inside run on the JV. All right, so again, it may sound a little complicated. I'm going to show you here in a minute. If you don't have, if you only have 22, 24 players on a team, then we're going to get water. And then basically we're going to do about 20 minutes team based off of whatever the focus is for the day. All right. And then the last 5 minutes is going to be our breakout and our announcements and things like that. So it all kind of bases off of what that focus is for the day. This 20-minute period, that focus period, is really the only time where you're working specifically on that defensive drill for the day, because all of your linemen, whether they're offensive linemen, are going to get reps at both O-line and D-line, okay, during this inside run period. All your DBs, okay, regardless of age, are going to get their specific time to really get that work done. All right. So as an example here, go ahead and wipe this off real quick. So your inside run period may look something like this. Again, if you're a spread team, maybe you have this Y off, quarterback, tailback, depending on what kind of defense you run, whether you're a 3 front or a 4 front. We'll go ahead and give it a 4 front look. Okay, you're gonna have your mic, nose, okay, and basically you're just working, again, your installation, your run period, right? So again, you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12 guys, right? So again, we're talking, as far as I'm concerned, guys, obviously I know there's teams out there that are playing varsity schedules with 16 or 18 guys. Again, absolutely love it. Hopefully they're playing more of a JV regular season schedule than a varsity schedule, because if you only have 16 or 18 kids, you should probably be playing a JV level schedule, in my opinion. Otherwise, you have a chance of absolutely killing your program by not seeing success. We've worked the same thing as far as coverage, okay, half line. For instance, we might have, okay, so for this, we would have a corner, okay, let's say a linebacker, free safety, and we put a mic here, okay? So ultimately, you just work your coverages. For us, we're a big 2-read team, so we're able to, run and rotate these guys, because a lot of times, these same guys that are playing your skill positions on a 1 platoon team are the same guys playing these skill positions for the most part. All right. So again, hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.